Hi, I'm Stu from Hive Mind Automation and welcome back to the Hive. In this video, I'm going to be talking about one of my New Year's resolutions, which was to complete a 100 days of code challenge. I'll talk a little bit about why I decided to do the 100 days of code challenge, the resources I'm using for the challenge, and my plans for the future with this challenge. So while I roll the intro, take a moment to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you get notified when I release new videos each week, and let's get started. Now, I've been wanting to improve my programming skills for some time now. So I set myself a New Year's resolution to get better at programming. Now, after doing some research, which is also known as Googling, I found that one of the most popular ways to improve coding skills is to complete a 100 days of code challenge. Now, the basic concept behind the 100 days of code challenge is to commit to spending a minimum of 1 hour coding each and every day for, you guessed it, 100 days. The theory there being that it's going to help you to form the habit of practicing coding. Now, in order to keep yourself accountable, you're also supposed to tweet your progress every day using the hashtag 100 days of code. Now, if you follow Hive Mind Automation on Twitter, you will have seen me posting that hashtag since the 1st of January. Now, I already have a bit of experience with Python, but I still find myself Googling some of the basics. So I decided to do my 100 days of code challenge in Python. One of the biggest problems for a 100 days of code challenge is finding problems to solve. So for me, I grabbed a hold of this Udemy course by Dr. Angela Yu. Now, a couple of days ago when I was writing this video, it was on sale for $30.99. It is definitely worth checking back from time to time because Udemy always has a sale. Now, one of the reasons I chose this particular course is it has a 4.7 star rating, but look at the number of ratings to get there. 81,000 ratings to get to 4.7 stars. So on average, I would say that that is a pretty good indication that it's a good course. And I know that Dr. Angela Yu is a pretty good teacher. I've watched some of her tutorial videos before. Now, despite my prior experience with Python, I decided that I was going to start at the very beginning of the course so that I could hone my skills in the basics and stop Googling simple concepts every time I write code in Python. Don't get me wrong, there's absolutely nothing wrong with needing to refer to documentation from time to time. And in fact, in my opinion, that's what being a good programmer is all about. Reading and referring to documentation and then writing code according to that documentation. Angela's course is a lot of fun and really engaging. The first 14 days are beginner level activities to build up a foundation, and then you start moving into the intermediate exercises, which is setting up a local development environment and then getting stuck into object-oriented programming. Now, at the time of recording, I'm only 22 days in, and I've already made some really cool stuff. I've made this turtle racing game where you choose a turtle that you think is going to win. I'm going to choose blue, and then the turtles race. And it's like blue is coming in dead last. So that's the turtle racing game. Also made this Etch-a-Sketch program where we can draw on the screen like an Etch-a-Sketch. So we've got an Etch-a-Sketch game and I can't draw to save myself. You also, as part of the exercises, get to make a clone of Snake. And one of the great things about this clone of Snake is you actually come back to it on a later day and you add the high score function that you can see at the top and to give it persistent high scores across different launches of the games. We've also made a clone of Pong, and this is set up as a 2-player game. It's not playing against the computer, but trying to get 2 people around one keyboard could be a bit challenging, and we could probably make this a bit faster and a bit more challenging as well. And we've also made a clone of Frogger, where we try to get our turtle to cross the road without getting squished by one of these cars. The coloured bars represent a car. And we've also got level tracking, and the cars get faster every time we level up. And we've made a bunch more things too. Now, I think this course is fantastic because not only do you practice the concepts that you're being taught as you're learning them, but you also then actively reuse those concepts for each subsequent activity. Now, for me in the past, I'd certainly struggled to understand object-oriented programming, but by actively using these object-oriented concepts daily, it's really helped them to click for me, and I'm only 22 days in. Now, in fairness, I'm a few days ahead of where I'm supposed to be because I powered through the first few days of the course, being that those were some of the basic concepts that I already had a handle on. And on a couple of occasions, I was a little bit bored after work, and I did extra work to get ahead. And on top of that, I might have been using some of the more advanced concepts that I had already been familiar with a bit earlier than I was supposed to in the course. Oh well. Now, I need to be very honest here. I haven't coded every single day since the new year. I did miss one day because I was at a wedding in country Victoria. But that was one of the great things about being a few days ahead of the course schedule. If you are going to look at doing one of these 100 days of code challenges yourself, here are 4 tips that I have for best results. And the first one is, as I've already mentioned, if you miss a day because life gets in the way, don't beat yourself up about it or quit just because you missed a day. Just pick up where you left off. Second, either use a second display, or if, like me, you've got an ultra-wide display, it's definitely worth using that. And the reason for that is you can have your tutorial videos on one side and your coding IDE on the other side, and you can be coding away while you're watching the video, and it helps to reduce distractions as well. And that leads me into my third point, which is to try to find somewhere to limit distractions. It's not recommended to try to code on the couch with the TV going. Trust me, it makes it really hard to focus. And if you are constantly having your focus drawn away from the task at hand, which is learning to code or working through the day's code challenge, you'll find it very difficult to complete, and it might take a bit more than an hour. And the fourth thing is to try to set aside some time in your daily schedule to complete the daily exercises. So hopefully with those 4 tips, that will help you on the path of succeeding at a 100 days of code challenge if you decide to pick one up yourself. So far, I've been having a ton of fun with this challenge and learning so much. All of the games that you saw, the Snake, the Frogger clone, the Pong game, those are all object-oriented, and object orientation is certainly something that in the past has eluded me. Now, by the time this video comes out, I should be a lot closer to around 30 days in the challenge, and I'll be working on things like error handling and working with API endpoints, which are definitely going to help me a lot in my day job. Now, by the end of the 100-day code challenge, I'm really hoping that I'll be much more effective in my day job and be able to automate more of my production workflows to be able to reduce the turnaround time on producing HiveMind automation videos as well. Now, because of how effective this Python course has been in such a short time, I'm already looking to complete more of these code challenges, but definitely not in parallel with the existing one. I don't think that's conducive to learning anything very well. So currently my plan is that after completing the Python challenge, hopefully sometime in April, I'll be looking to start and complete a 100 days of Swift code challenge so that I can then begin building iOS and macOS native apps. And if I'm able to build those macOS native apps, I should then be able to build better tools for my production workflows and again, be a lot more effective at my day job. And obviously, once I've gained a little bit more confidence, I'm going to look at diversifying my income streams by releasing apps on the App Store and even begin contributing to some open source projects such as Home Assistant. So if you're looking to learn to code, but you don't quite know where to begin, I can, at least for now, recommend checking out one of these 100 Days of Code challenges. I will be checking in again as the challenge progresses to keep you posted on how my progress is going, and obviously when the time comes to work on the Swift challenge as well. That's all the time I have for this video, and I hope that it's helped you out in some way. Be sure to comment down below with home automation, coding, or other ideas that you'd like to see covered in future videos. Don't forget to follow HiveMind Automation on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and those links are also in the video description. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button down below and give it a like. And if you're not already subscribed, now is the time to change that. While you're at it, if you hit the bell icon, you'll get notified when I release new videos each week. Now, I've recently started partnering with NordVPN as a VPN provider, and there's an affiliate link for NordVPN in the video description as well. I chose to partner with NordVPN because they've got the best infrastructure of any VPN provider I've seen, and they have a strict no-logs policy with servers all over the planet. On top of that, they've got apps for just about every platform around, including Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS, and Android. So no matter what platform you're using, you can protect your personal information while you browse the web, whether you're in a coffee shop, at home, or traveling. So get a VPN today and use my link below to sign up for NordVPN. Lastly, if you're looking to help support the channel, but you're not looking for a VPN, there is a Buy Me a Coffee link in the video description down below. Contributions made through the Buy Me a Coffee link are put towards making more and better content for you to enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Stu from HiveMind Automation, and I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.